Hey, what's up, everybody? Gleekon, back at you again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you so much for tuning in. On the last episode, we continued our long play series where we try and do every single quest in the game. Sometimes that's extremely hard, but we wrapped up Azshara on the Horde and in its entirety on the last episode. Today, we're going to start turning our sights toward Un'Goro Crater. We have a total of 7 zones. This is first of the final 7. So stay a while and listen as we take a leak and test our Ret Paladin, who I love, but the spec is shunned in Classic. Now she's out here with the homeboys, and we're going to continue her fishing. Actually, we're going to start this episode off with a cool, quiet finishing of fishing. She needs 18 points of fishing, and while doing this fishing, we can kind of look into some other things about how today's episode will come into form, take shape. This was all of the Azshara area. I think maybe every time we get a point of fishing, I will investigate, or we'll take a mini break and look ahead. So, I don't know where we are, if we're mid-stream or not. Mid, like, if that was the first cast or whatever, but I know we have a timer on our lure. Even with the lure, the fish are getting away out here. So that's a pain in the chookus. Level-wise, we should be at 290. Oh, man. Okay, so this is maybe not my best place to fish. So that means we are 8 levels behind. But yeah, even with the plus 80, we're at 360, and that is still not enough to get 100% fishing out here. So we need better lures. First of all, these fishing baubles are not good enough. So that's one thing. We also have, oh yeah, this is maybe not, okay, this will be my last cast, and then we're not going to fish here. There's some fishing we can do in Un'Goro Crater. Maybe I try to break it down a little bit more. It's just tedious, yeah, so screw that. Alright, so to get to Un'Goro Crater, got to go down there, but let's look at the old spreadsheet and see how it's going to look. So Un'Goro Crater, I'm still on Blasted Land, so we are now butting up against, although this is getting close to being done. Yeah, it's just a pain. Okay, so we do have Un'Goro Soil, Morrowgrain Research, and Jonespyre's Request and the Mystery of Morrowgrain. All that stuff, we do need to pick that up. We have Willadin's Drop, which we already have, I believe, in our bag. Let's take a peek. This thing right here, let's just open that up. Oh, I'm already on the quest. So Willadin's Journal, when we picked it up, it was a journal that we found when we were maybe killing bugs in Un'Goro. We just have to return the journal to Willadin Marshall somewhere in Un'Goro Crater. It's just a breadcrumb to send you to the base of operations. It says you've uncovered a mangled journal. Parts of it remain legible, with a Willadin Marshal claiming ownership over the contents therein. If the journal is accurate, then Willadin may be found somewhere in the northern part of the crater. According to the journal, he and his companions sought higher ground from the savage beasts of the crater once their base camps were overrun. It's a very common drop from basically any mob in the game. So we're going to go to open up a alliance version of this. And this is going to be Un'Goro. Is it like that? Yeah, that looks right. Un'Goro Crastro. Crater. 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 That did look, it looked wrong to me. All right, and we will go ahead and spread this out a little bit, uncheck those. Bang, 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 just add a lot. There will be questing in here for a little while. And the first quest that we picked up in Un'Goro Crater was Willadin's Journal, the drop quest. Dang. You would think that, considering I basically work on spreadsheets for a living, that I'd be better at this. All right, so continuing to look. So we are going to have to eventually visit Dalaran. And we are going to have to, at some point, visit Feralas to pick these up. The Morrowgrain aspect of things is a pain in the butthole. Sorry. My apologies. Let's see. What else do we have? Haze of Evil. That is... I think this comes from the Muegian and Larian. Yeah, that's a quest line that we pick up there. Winter Spring is part of a quest line, same as the Tenaris. Iron Forge. We need to go to Iron Forge. And we need to go to the Barrens. Okay. So we need to go to Darnassus, Iron Forge, Barrens. I guess let's just arf back to Stormwind. I'm pretty sure we picked up our level 58 powers. I guess we can peek at that, but I don't think we have to. I'm fairly certain. If we get to one of these lands that have decent fishing, we can check that out. I should probably take my sword, put that on. I'm just coming up here to take some of these essences and put them in the old banky poo. There's one thing I want to look at.
No one's ever stolen anything out of here. Not in the whole history of the whole history.
This. Have some aquamarine right there. I guess I can stash it. This. Yeah, that's from our elemental killings. That I was thinking about trading, doing a mixed auction thing, but fence. Okay, and then there we go. That one too. That one also. Just different various elemental earths and things.
For the Alliance.
All right. That's good. I will go out here and maybe sell and repair. I want to look at the... So one of the things I talked about at length yesterday was the Dranathist, the conundrum with how I'm going to have to make some of these quests vanity quests or we will never finish the show. I don't play enough hours in the day.
Need help? Have you come seeking training in the ways of armed combat? Just
so
browsing my wares,
this,
or is there something specific I can help you find today?
That. I will cook those bad boys. The lobster I don't care about because it just, the buffed lobster just makes you, I could probably put that star ruby in the bank. The buffed lobster just makes you get like, I mean not buff, the cooked lobster just makes you get life, I believe. What do we got for these other bad boys? So we, yeah, it just gives you life. Salmon I don't have. Back into the bank to drop that other stuff. Whitefish steak, that we could do. Actually, that doesn't do anything either. Oh. Yeah, I did look at that. Whitefish steak, that does give you 10 stam, so it's whatever.
No one's ever stolen anything out of here.
Never?
Not in the whole history of the whole history.
That's cool. Good on you for that. Alright, so we gotta buy some of these. Let's see if somebody built a campfire nearby. We'll look at the auction house for Dranathist. I haven't checked it for Alliance. I've checked it on Horde, and they never have anything there. Alright, so I'm gonna need...
King's Honor. Best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend. Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with?
Well, we're gonna need this for a second, so I can go make a fire. No.
Careful.
Best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend.
Okay,
Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with?
2 hot, 2 soothing. And then for the hot smoked bass, 2 more hot. Okay, and that should be good. On the fish cooking.
Bless you.
And let's go ahead and make a fire. Just cook my 4 fish, and then we'll go sell the flint and tinder. Judge Judy, I don't know if there's some kind of what's my brain trying to do here? What? Oh, I guess I didn't buy enough hot spices. Oh,
Were
maybe
you
it
just
took 2
browsing
each.
my wares, or is there something specific I can help you find today?
Problem.
Just browsing my wares, or is there something specific I can help you find today?
That's what it was. I think it took 2 each. And I just did math. It had to be. Alright, so we got a couple little fishies here that we can eat at. And I will peek at the auction house just in case the Alliance people sell Dranithist. Because if we can buy it, I mean, if it's for some ridiculous amount of money, then... Dranithist, I believe it's spelled with... See, 415 gold. So you can buy them. For 415 gold each. That's freaking insane. So now you know, if we really want to complete that quest, it could cost us 800 gold. So, lame. Reason why I think people that it might be selling for, it's not for the item you get. You could never find anything that's worth that much gold out of it. It's like a gotcha box or whatever. It's not from that. It's okay, so let me just look around. Make sure we have nothing here that we need. Vital supplies is... Those two are Blasted Lands, which is our next zone. We could pick up Assisting Archdruid Staghelm here, but we can also pick that up in the Undercity. I mean, in the Iron Forge. And we can pick it up in Darnassus. So nothing we really need to do here. Yeah, so that's another problem. Unless I was going to go buy gold. That's not happening anytime soon. And I'm opposed to buying gold now. If they actually sold gold in-game, then... Like, if that was just Blizzard just like, alright, screw it. We're going to get rid of the gold sellers. We're going to make it to where it's not profitable for them. And we're just going to sell gold for real money. And then it would be a difference between, do you want to... Because then, like, let's say they started selling gold for real money. Well, one of two things would happen. The bots would have to undercut the market significantly. Or two, and Blizzard could be really smart about it. Like, they could make it to where the amount of time needed to get the gold to undercut would hurt their profits so much that it is no longer a viable... They could do that. What that would make would be a glut, tons of bloat in the economy, driving prices ever higher. It would also largely... It would turn the auction house into more of a direct capitalism profit generating, like real money profit generating thing, for the common person that's not, you know, working for one of these like sweatshops. I think there would be some other issues. I mean, really, what you would in actuality need would be, I mean, it's I guess it's very hard to also distinguish bot farming from genuine human farming. Especially when a lot of the times the things we call bots are people. So it's hard. I understand a little bit, but I don't think it would be impossible. I think if you really put your head together. But then what it would really require would be Blizzard paying multiple people to sit around kind of like sheriffs and police the actual world. So you're paying, you know, someone, whatever, $50,000 a year or whatever. which is still nothing. Looking for that. There he is, on that side of the thing. Alright, so we're gonna go up here. Taking back Silithus, Rune Claw, Walrus, and Furnace Position. All these are old. But there is a Little Slime Goes a Long Way Part 2. We already did the first one.
Look at these samples. What does it mean?
We already had that one.
I'm going to need more samples, adventurer. But, and I don't know how to put this, they have to be pure samples. I know. What does pure mean, Laris? I'm not sure. I do know that these are corrupt, just like Felwood, which is what makes my realization so important. The oozes seem to adapt to take on the aspects of the area they're in. I'll need to find samples that haven't been polluted. But where? Where? Bah! Adventurer, take these containers just in case you find any on your own.
I guess what they're saying is kind of like in Ironforge, it is so... The world is so primeval and it's still as close to pure as you can get anywhere in the game. Okay. Alright, so we're going to loop around now and pick up this Archdruid Staghelm, and then we're going to go to fly over to the wetlands and then take a boat over to Darnassus. And then from Darnassus, in Darnassus, there's a couple things. One, we're going to get the Morrowgrain Research. Morrowgrain Research was a lot more annoying to do in my life than it will be for us to do on the show. On the show, all we have to do is just consistently keep opening, like, every time our cooldown is off, and I'll explain that in a minute. You just keep trying for more Morrowgrain, and we just have to kind of do the math on how much we'll actually need. It's a pretty decent amount.
Hi. Fill your tankard and pull up a chair. We've stories to tell and kegs to empty. Excuse me, adventurer, but I'd like just a moment of your time, if possible. The Cenarian Circle in Darnassus is looking for seasoned adventurers such as yourself to lend them aid in a vital research project. While I do not know the specifics, I can inform you that none other than Archdruid Fandral Staghelm is spearheading this research. Please, if you are interested, speak with him directly in the Cenarian Enclave within Darnassus proper.
So we have a little bit of, there is a little bit of traveling around to do in this episode. So this particular episode today is probably going to be a bit of a wash, because we still have to go to Ratchet, still have to go to Feathermoon Stronghold. We could maybe do a little bit of fishing mixed in there too. There are, like, we could fish while we're in Feralas. Go to Feralas, yeah, so there's some things to consider and do. Alright, so for now, we're gonna go to wetlands.
The Wildhammer dwarves might have fast steeds, but can those airy-peaked griffins stand the heat of the Great Falls?
From Menethil, we'll go to Darnassus, and then from Darnassus, I'm trying to think about what, I guess from Darnassus, we could fly down to Feathermoon. Or would it be better, such a long flight, or would it be better to, I don't think our cooldown will be off now. Our cooldown's not going to be off, so there's no hard thing. We could take a boat back to Menethil. No, we can't. Well, I guess we could immediately take a boat back to Menethil, and then what? Take the boat over to Dustwallow. So that's actually probably shorter. So Menethil, and then take one to Dustwallow, and then we could fly from Dustwallow up to Ratchet, and then from Ratchet, that's okay. So that's probably shorter than flying all the way down here, then flying all the way back over there, then flying down. We'd go boat back, boat here, fly up, fly there, fly there. It's probably about as good as we can get. I didn't check the paladin thing, but I'm pretty certain we have level 58 powers. How active is this server? Everyone says dead, dead. I don't think it's dead. Just try to freaking farm something. It's not dead. In some ways, I wish it was dead. In some ways, I don't know. It's definitely we're reaching a point now where everything we've done so far in Classic I really like, but when you get to where we're at, I'm reaching a point where I don't like it. And that's making me ready to move on. We still have some things we can actively do, but there are aspects of the game at this level, because it's, as you just saw, the economy at the end is so bloated. You can't actually do anything. You can either buy real money or you can farm, and I don't want to spend any of my life
Hello. This
doing
dock
those
here.
two things.
Well, you can catch the ship that goes to that night elf place. What's its
All right, we're
name?
gonna just fish for a minute.
Aberdeen,
just
I
because
think.
any
I don't really know for sure. I
catch
just
helps our
load
points,
and unload stuff.
and we do have that to do today too. We want to get as many points as we can get on the fishing side of things, just so that we can finally, for once and for all, be fully done with fishing. I've only seen one bot. They said, well, the whole day farming. Well, that's good, right? Okay, so the fish we're going to get out of here are going to be trash. That's the trade-off. We will catch them. In general, though, we're going to be okay with this zone. Like I said, we'll probably need one person's assistance to do it. It's dangerous to go alone. At least on this account, we might be able to solo it on our horde. Other than that, this entire zone is fine. This will be a nice, engaging, just somewhat tedious on some of the stuff, but really no issues for Ungoro Crater. Blasted Lands is just a grind. It's just a tedious slog of a grind, and nothing we can do about it. And it's going to create like a conundrum for us where we're going to have to most likely, because we're not going to be able to, even if we wanted to, we're not going to be able to pay 400 gold apiece for those flawless things that we just saw. The other option is to see if you can find them on, kill Terramus the Devourer on our own. Which, if we can get a group to do that, because it's not soloable. And then hope we find the flawed stones ourselves. So we might get it done on one account. It is what it is. We'll at least cover it. So, but that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I'm gonna, I'm just gonna let it ride. And then, yeah, Sunken Temple's coming up. And I don't know enough. I haven't dipped my toes in the water of Western Plaguelands enough. I know there are some really fun quests. Let's actually look at that. So if we look at Western Plaguelands, you have, for Alliance, you have a little pack of quests here. Looks like we have some cool stuff. But there's also, yeah, I think it'll be all good. This is considered Eastern Plaguelands, actually. That's Eastern. So Western Plaguelands is just right here, plus Scholomance. In my little... We won't be doing Scholomance out of the bat. It'll sit for a minute. Burning Steps. How's the questing looking on Burning Steps? Or yeah, Burning Steps. Searing Gorge, I think I said Searing Gorge last night. It looks okay. A lot of them are going to be, yes, these Librams. That's more stuff. Like, gosh, how much of that are we going to do? These all seem to be Blackrock Mountain quests, and we might just do multiple quests in that area. Okay, so this has ended up taking me to Aberdeen, not to the capital. That's okay, because we can take a ship or fly right over to the capital. We'll see. My dog is, sorry, my dog is, for whatever reason, spammy. Bark. We missed this boat. We're gonna fly. Catch it. Cool. Alright, so we'll take this boat over to the Night Elf capital. I don't know what she's barking about. Hard to say. Could be anything. Could be an animal. Could be the male out front. Could be. I don't know where my daughter is. I think she's at work. She wasn't. So she could be here. Wasn't at work and she just went out and about. But could be anything. Yeah. So I am. I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna have to try and roll with it. And I know some people. It's gonna ruffle some feathers that we're gonna kind of hurt the completionist aspect of the game. It's gonna ruffle some. I get it. And we're not gonna like. Also, when we switch to retail and like, let's say I'm doing the Burning Crusade type of quests, that's gonna ruffle some feathers that it's not Burning Crusade Classic. Or that we're not doing a classic version, because we could go back and do really anything. Even if we hit like Mists of Pandaria Classic right now, we played one of those. You could go back and get like as close to an unadulterated. I just hope that we'll be able to play the original zones with a Sidormi, and if not, it is what it is. I mean, we will look for the quests. We will at least be able to. Like discuss them and read them and experience them. We just might not be able to experience them in the sense of playing through them in the game if they no longer exist. I'm sure we could find some bootleg servers if we really wanted to get deep down into the game. But it's the same kind of thing. Like, I also am having a hard time. We're creating these throwaway situations. Like, we're gonna hit a point where we do classic era and that's it. Once it's done, we turn our backs on these guys and we never look back. So I'm not in love with that idea, but there's no real way to avoid it. But there was also no way to experience this classic content because Cataclysm did change all of that. But now that they're saying that the new Midnight is going to change the Burning Crusade zones, that's a little lame. All right, so we have to pick up. I do worry about that, and like I said, I hope either we can do a Sidormi, or we might be backed into going and playing like classic Mists of Pandaria or classic Warlords of Draenor, or whichever's out by that time. Okie dokie. So why we're here is everybody, all of the capitals send you to Archdruid Staghelm. You'd think it's for this really cool thing, maybe a major questline, but it is not. They're trying to funnel you here so that you get an engine to grind and max out Darnassus rep. That's all this is about.
If you are here to waste my time, then you are wasting the time of the Cenarian Circle as a whole. For your sake, let us hope that you are not foolish enough to be doing just that. Well now, adventurer, since you were informed that I was leading this research myself, you obviously came as quickly as you could. Now that you are here, be sure to pay attention the first time I tell you the details. I have no desire to repeat myself. Okay, boss. So I forgot to mark that one too. We picked up assisting Archdruid Staghelm / the other one. It is not Rune Totem because that's the Horde version. We did not do the all capitals. I mean, you can pick up any version of this. It's the same no matter what, and we're going to turn it in right now. The soil of Ungoro Crater is reportedly enriched with potent magical qualities. I want to know facts from falsehoods. Go into the wilds of Ungoro and acquire enough quality samples of soil for our continued study. You may think that collection tasks are beneath you. That sort of attitude does not endear yourself to me or the Cenarian Circle. Bring the samples to Hanal, who is no doubt wasting time outside behind this tree. Just look for the piles of dirt. He will handle the logistics, not I.
Okay, well, and what's cool is we already have 21, so we can go turn this in right now. So Unguro's soil, we're gonna pick up, it is actually, that's more beneficial than you might think, because now we're not gonna have to go back and forth to Unguro to get more soil. We'll be able to start it, because this is a major aspect of what we're going to be doing is the stupid Morrowgrain. All Morrowgrain is a repeatable way on a timer to try your best to build up infinitely the rep for Dirtness.
I am all conspiracies abound, I say. There are those who lack vision in understanding what I do and would seek to keep me shackled to obscurity. Don't step in the dirt.
Ditch digger, and I did just step in the dirt. What are you doing out here?
What am I doing? Do you lack vision? I'm a dreamer, good lady, and I dream of a better future for us all. Clearly I am a visionary. There are those, however, who seek to keep us mired in banality. I told him that I was a dreamer, and Archdruid Staghelm replied, well, the world needs ditch diggers too. Until such time as the shackles of banality are ripped from us, I will help the Cenarian Circle by shuffling these piles of dirt around.
So basically, you're lazy and without skill, so
Greetings.
he made him a ditch digger.
Illuminate your path.
Ah, yes, the dirt. The Archdruid wants 20 loads per adventure, and 20 loads he shall get. Let those who conspire against us fall to the wayside.
Unload your precious cargo here, noble adventurer. It must have been quite the burden. Not unlike the burden I carry being a visionary. Here is an honorarium for your work, as dictated by the Archdruid himself. Archdruid Staghelm wants to speak with you again, adventurer. But for his next task, you will be aided if you have a journeyman's understanding of herbalism. If you don't know it, though, you will still be able to aid the circle.
So what it does is, if you are an herbalist, you will reap more benefits from the repeatable quest to get the Morrowgrain. Like, the more of each herb will come out. I don't think it actually changes the percentage chance of getting any particular herb, but a non-herbalist, let's say, might get from 1 to 3, whereas an herbalist might get like from 1 to 5. So it is a benefit to be an herbalist, but it is not going to really hurt us. And if you think about that range, you do the expected value. If I have a 1 to 5, a 1 to 3 equal chance means that you're going to be averaging around 2. If I have 1 to 5, I'm going to be averaging around 3, and that's if it's 1 to 5. I might be wrong. It might be actually 1 to 4. So an extra, on average, 0.5 of an herb. Alright, so now we go back and talk to him, and he'll open...
Tyrande has no idea how to lead our people.
Okay. So I'm going to say, I'm not a journeyman herbalist. Am I still able to assist you in your work?
Yes, but you'll find it more rewarding if you have skill in herbalism. You will be required to nurture and cultivate special seeds, not to swing an axe blindly or gesticulate wildly at passing shadows. While the evergreen pouch you'll receive allows even the simplest brute to grow something. Those who show some aptitude will have more bountiful results.
So basically the lower version of what I just
Speak
said.
quickly, young one.
With what we call an evergreen pouch, we have cultivated Tharlendris seeds in the soil from Ungoro Crater. These seeds blossom into an array of random, potent herbs. One result is Morrowgrain, a mysterious herb we know little about. I intend to unravel this mystery. Take this to Mathringil downstairs, and he will give you some seeds, so you can get started. If you run out, you will need to purchase more from him.
Okay, so we're gonna go down. This is called Morrowgrain Research. Again, we do the same thing on Horde. It's just that all of this same thing is going to be the Thunder Bluff version. This is basically the quickest way to max out Darnassus or Thunderbluff rep. So if you're really wanting to do that and actively focus on it because you're one of the other races and you want to get their mount or whatever, this is the path for that.
Can I assist?
What brings you to the Cenarian Circle, adventurer?
Peace and serenity be yours, friend. You are here on business from the Archdruid himself, yes?
Yes, this voucher is good for 20 packets of seeds. If you run out, we have more that can be provided. Unfortunately, though, Tharlendris seeds are quite costly to produce in significant numbers. This is why the Cenarian Circle asks that those who are assisting us help out by offsetting some of the cost. Those who return with Morrowgrain find that the reward the Archdruid offers far makes up for the cost.
Okay.
Here's your evergreen pouch that you'll need to use the Tharlendis seeds with. You also need to have Ungoro soil samples on hand to use as fertilizer for the seeds. Just use the pouch when you have everything. The pouch will take care of the rest. When you have enough Morrowgrain, bring them here to me in the Enclave. Please don't bother the Archdruid. He's a very busy man, and he doesn't need to be disturbed every time someone returns with another batch of Morrowgrain.
Alright, so we will continue to come here through him. We now have this.
What brings you?
We can purchase this. I'm going to buy. So you have to buy quite a lot. You have 20. I want to buy like a bunch of stacks because I don't want to come back here to buy it for a while. And we're going to be out and about with these seeds. Go ahead, we can sell these. That's fine. Okay. So the way this works now is you go ahead and... Oh, we don't have... How much Ungoro soil? You need 2 Ungoro soil. We only have 1. So... That is... We don't even have enough to get it started. That's okay. But we just picked up the second version. We did complete Morrowgrain Research Part 1. And this is Morrowgrain Research Part 2. Once you complete it, it will open up Morrowgrain Research... Morrowgrain to Darnassus and Thunderbluff. So you're going to get even more. I'm pretty sure. So that means, yeah, so it becomes a repeatable. After you complete it once. So that means we need 20 for that. And then we also, unlike the Horde, the Alliance has 2 versions. Voice crack. We have 2 versions in the Alliance. Alright, so what did I say we were going to do? We're going to go back to the boat, and this time go back to Menethil, and then go from Menethil over to... the Theramore. That's the plan. Anyway, the Horde, that's all we have to do. We just need the 20, and we're done. With Alliance, though, you also need to do the same process over here with Jonespyre's request, I believe is what it's called. I'm gonna see if if we have to do it right now or if I can just wait. So he has one called Morrowgrain Research. We're gonna take a peek at that one in a second. Oh, can this only take us back to the... Okay, we gotta fly there now. That's where the boats come from. Yeah, so I'll kind of have to take a peek here. I think Jonespire's request is a breadcrumb that takes us over there.
Peace. To maintain our link to the mainland, we have
Let's take a peek. Yeah, so you have Jonespire's request, which gives us the mystery of Morrowgrain. And I don't know... Oh, I see, because you can buy seeds from there too. So that is another 10 we would need for that. And he will also open up... So we don't even necessarily have to go there right now because we need Morrowgrain. And then Morrowgrain to Feathermoon is a repeatable also, but that one requires only 5 every time. You get half the amount of rep for 5. So altogether, we're going to need 35 Morrowgrain to drop for us. I don't remember what the cooldown it says right. Yeah, it has a 10-minute cooldown. So the chance of you dropping Morrowgrain. Let's just take a peek at Morrowgrain. Look at some research here. Alright, so Morrowgrain itself, if you look at the actual item, it comes out of... It is... Oh, you can use it to make a Cenarian herb bag. That's kind of neat. Comments. Okay, so they said out of the casing, they averaged 1.5 herbs without herbalism and 2.34 herbs with herbalism. So we can basically assume it's going to be about an average of 1.5. We need 35 at an average of 1.5 herbs per. So that's 35 divided by 1.5, which is like 23, 24. So let's just assume we're going to need 24 growths. Assuming we don't get bad RNG. We bought 30 to be safe. I mean, actually, we brought 60. So that's okay. While we're doing things in Un'Goro, we'll just keep using the bad boys over and over and over again, because the more we get, the more we can turn it in for rep, and that also insulates us against bad RNG. Okay, so...
On the northern dock, you can board a ship that will carry you to Root Theron village and Darkness.
Here we go, we're gonna take this boat.
From the southern dock,
yeah,
you can...
Good. Okay, let's fish a little bit more, I guess. We've done a little bit of fishing, we still have not gained 1 point on today's episode. We can fish in Un'Goro Crater too. I think there's like a little fishy spot. There's a little water right here. Probably fish there. Tara, I don't think we can fish in, but... Oh, we got a point. 17 points of fishing left in this game. Oh my. Well, so now, yeah, the plan now is to head back over to Menethil. Then from Menethil to Theramore. Then we're going to fly from Theramore to Ratchet. And then we'll fly from Ratchet. I mean, we could pick that up, but it's... Go there once because that will also, it's a slightly better fishing ground to get from there to there. Flying is annoying. Somebody else fishing too. That was somebody else. I thought it was, but then it didn't look like their character model was fishing. The picker. Makes me think of being a booger picker. Alright, so, yeah. Now, as far as everything else, how this zone goes, let's just take a peek at what we're going to have to do. So, in the beginning, you have the Fair of Larkawi. That is a 3-part quest. It's pretty easy. You go get some glands from a few rafters very quickly. You get a carcass very quickly up from here, and then you go kill a Larkawi right about there. It's not very hard. Apes of Un'Goro, it sends you forward to kill a few apes, then you've got to go back in and kill the leader of the apes. Again, not too bad. You can marry that with chasing Amy. 01. Here you have the It's a Secret to Everybody, which is the beginning of the It's Dangerous to Go Alone quest line. So that is how that's how that one will start. That's a long quest line that will send us to Feralas, to Winter Spring. ultimately fighting an elite here in the. It's a very long quest line. That's missing a few places. So that one's tricky. But in the beginning, really nothing is hard until the last one. Benares also, we go to Benares as part of it. You're just running all over the world, basically. This is the Lost. It brings over here, finding the source. That's pretty easy. You just come up and walk around the volcano a little bit. Chasing Amy is a 3-parter. You're going to need a mithril casing. I forgot about that. So that will be an excuse for us to go back and turn in some of our Darnassus stuff. Once you get the mithril casing, you go and you find Amy, and it's a pretty easy escort quest out from here, out of this cave and back. Chisel's Flyer, Beware of Pterodax, Lost. Lost is a one over there. Chisel's Flyer and Beware of Pterodax, those are both killing the pterodax that fly around. Roll the Bones is just finding bones around. Alien Ecology, probably you gotta go kill a bug. Donga's Hungry, and the Mari and Luigian there, that's gonna require you to get a bunch of blood petals. Mari and Luigian has a second part of it too. I think we will have to end up going into, that one will send us into Sunken Temple, but we can solo it. We just have to kill a couple mobs in there. Not too terrible. Expedition Salvation, that's a pretty easy one. You just go find a camp. And then the Crystals of Power is another grindy part of it. Somewhere in here there's also, we're going to be killing, the volcanic ash that we're going to pick up. That's just killing the fire elementals around there. Really, it's really not bad. Even the one where we go into Sunken Temple, you can solo it. Alright, so now we're going to go over to the other side. We need the other boat. We're just traveling fools today. What's our timeline here? Yeah, so we're just over the halfway part on the episode, and we haven't even actually reached Ungoro Crater on our Ungoro Crater episode. Cool, the boat is just arriving. Perfect timing. But that's okay. Because once we get there, we'll have some time to explore. Okay, we'll go ahead and fish and pinch more on this boat. And then, yeah. Alright, so... Yeah, so that kind of... Let's see what I'm missing if I look at the spreadsheet. Actually, I don't want to... I don't know if I forgot I was mid-fishing. There we go, we got another point. Down to 16. Love it. We get at least a 290, then that's not too shabby. Pixie sticks. Oh, their guild rank is like a penis. Okay, I see Uma a lot. I'm pretty sure that's like an anime thing. 100% sure, but Incubro. Okay, I get it. They're a warlock, and it's kind of like Incubus. You're an Incubro. Also, he is a penis from Uma. Okay. He's got his little Scarlet Monastery tabard. He has... Looks like he's got some pretty good gear. Yeah. This hat. Yeah, he's got a lot of... Yeah, he's got this shifting sand. So this guy is someone that raids at the AQ40 level. Let's check her out. Ooh. I accidentally tried to trade with her. Same thing. This girl's got... So she's all bedecked in purples. Hand of Justice. Everybody wants that. She has revered status with Brood of Nozdormu. Yeah, so she's just endgame. Whereas if I look at myself, it's just greens and blues. Poor me. I'm a peasant over here. Well, they like my guild name. I do get compliments on this I look fat this guild name. People do seem to like that. So they may be epic tier rating, and I'm just a peasant.
Where would you like to fly to?
I've got the lulls here with my jokes. Alright, now time to fly to Ratchet. To pick up the volcanic ash or something like that quest, right? Volcanic activity. Then we're going to fly down over to Feathermoon Isle, and that is where we will pick up the Jonespyre's request. So we actually are, like, despite the fact that it's nothing exciting, we are completing quests. We've completed 3, and we're gonna get a 4th. Pick up a couple more, so we're setting things up. And we will get one just upon landing in Ungoro Crater as well. We will get the Willadin's journal part turned in. And then, I don't know what we'll do. We could pick up, we'll really go around picking up a lot of these quests. That'll be what today's about, assuming, I think we're done. I want to get some fishing done, but it's also so tedious. I guess we'll just go. We won't finish it all. We'll just get to 290. We'll just get there by fishing in Feralas. Then we'll fly over to Ungoro Crater, and as we complete our adventures, we'll have to try to remember to level up there as well. I don't even know what we're gonna do for our remaining points. Kind of maxed out. We have 2 skill points at the end. What can I really do with them? I guess while we do our next flying, we can research that. Just figuring ways to pass our time as we travel.
Well, hiya! This workshop isn't mine, no. But one day after I finish training, I'm going to be an inventor, just like my hero, Marvin Rivetseeker. You've never heard of him? Well, it just so happens that he left quite some time ago to study some ancient troll ruins he kept talking about. He left in a zeppelin, not quite sure about where exactly he went. Tanarasin.
Yeah, we've met him before. He's the sunken temple guy in the middle.
No, that's not it.
Tanarasin, Tenkaris, Tanarenisini, Tanarenisini.
Being an apprentice to Marvin Rivetseeker, I've learned so much, but he's been gone for such a long time now, so I think I'm going to work on some experiments of my own. I've been reading about Ungoro Crater most recently, and about the strange volcanic activity going on in the middle of the crater. I think a lot could be learned if I could just get some of the ash from the elementals there. Do you think you'd mind collecting some for me, if you're going that way?
Why do we have her out here? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe, I think it's part of the Sunken Temple quest. You do get sent to her, and then it's like, hey, since you're going back and forth to this girl who doesn't really mean anything, why don't we also give you a breadcrumb to send you out to Ungoro Crater? If you're at the Sunken Temple level, you're probably appropriate for that also. Alright, so yeah, what can we really do? If we stay holy, We could have a 14% chance not to lose casting time. So ultimately a 28% chance. Not bad. We do not need that. Seal of Righteousness and Judgment. We do not need resisting fear and disorienting effects. Could increase... we could have a chance, basically a 40% chance ultimately after if we crit with a heal to gain mana back. Ah, that's it. We are going to increase the effect of our Blessing of Wisdom so that we can help others. That seems like what we're going to wind up doing. Or we could have 2 points in increasing our devotion aura. Redoubt doesn't help us. Or we could have 2% parry. Eye for an eye is okay. Like, we could go 2 points on eye for an eye, but its spell crits against us. It's not very much. Or we can increase our ret aura, but we don't use that one as much. Yeah, I think ultimately, because even there are certain situations when I prefer to rock improved Blessing of Wisdom, so that would make that better. Ultimately, a 10% bonus to that, so that would become from 30 mana every 5 seconds to 33 mana every 5 seconds. Not too bad. Ultimately, right? Actually, it would be 20% ultimately, so it would bring it to 26% eventually. Alright, so we flew back down to where we just were. now it will send us over here, thinking, to that, and then it will send us across the zone. Whew. Oh, let's go ahead and put on the spreadsheet that we picked up. The volcanic sitch. That one doesn't lead to anything either. It's just kind of, there you go. Volcanic activity, just a one-off. Just, hey, you can go do some stuff, get a little bit of a reward. Yeah, so on Blasted Lands here, if I look at it, the Serve Kamisha, that's what requires the Flawless, and then it opens up a repeatable version called Kamisha's Endeavors. Gives you this emerald encrusted chest. If you open up and take a peek at that, what does that give you? It can contain anything. It does have a chance at containing a flurry axe, I guess, which is a pretty solid axe. That's the only blue it has a chance. It largely gives you greens. So just straight greens, but it does have a pretty decent chance at some blues. Trinket, some plate, yeah, so there is, you know, whatever. The Hanzo sword. The lowest, rarest rewards are some Elven Chain boots, Aegis, Vorpal dagger, which is just green. So, chances are, though, 50-50 chance you're going to get some of these just generic green mail. So that's what it most likely wants to drop. This is nothing in here is worth 450 gold. The reason why, or for whatever it is, 400 something. The reason why people are selling it for that much is because you also get a sizable amount of XP for turning in the quest. 8,400 the first time, and then 5,600 after that. So it is a way you could hypothetically like boost alts. Just throw them those bones to turn in and get some decent leveling gear out of it. So today I should blow past those because I'm not going to grind it very much. And then that will allow us to work on 1, 2, 3, these 4 quests. The Stones That Bind Us, actually a Tale of Sorrow we might have already done. Petty Squabbles. Heroes of Old. So this is just talking to different people. And then the Stones That Bind Us, that actually might be... those are regular mobs though, so we'll start working on that today. We'll start working on these over this weekend. This is kind of where we'll get with some of this. Ultimately, it will open up this spell Kirith. This is the one I'm kind of worried about. Requires the Heroes of Old. Find out what happened to Lieutenant Kirith. I guess he's down there. I don't know why it's considered elite. And then it opens up this further second half of the chain. So it opens up the Cover of Darkness. I guess it's an elite chain. You just go back to him. And then the Demon Hunter, where you'll have to talk with him more. Then Loramus. You go here and get a story from this guy out in Ajara. Great. So some travel. Breaking the ward. He's just going to complete a spell. The name of the beast. Speak to this guy. Another one. Then you'll actually have some people you have to kill. So it doesn't look like that's an elite quest. So that's cool. Name of the beast again. Go back, bring the blood. And then ultimately the Ajarite quest, where you'll have to find the crystallized note. Okay. So that's a lot. And this is all part of it. And this will unlock the formation of the Fellbane. So these are things that we're going to be working on. So it's actually more than it looks like. In the enchanted weaponry, we'll go to Sunken Temple, and he'll make something. Turn to the Blasted Lands. And that will give us unlocking the Shattered Amulet. Uniting it, I mean. Use your thing to weaken the Triad. Use them wisely. We'll have to get these 3. And then you are Rakalith Demon right here. So I don't know how hard that's going to be. Rakalith the Defiler. What do people say about that? Bring a 5-man party. Great. Yeah, so it's quite a long chain. What's the ultimate reward? A necklace, a trinket, or a 16-slot bag. Oh, you get all 3. The trinket, defense, shadow resistance, and health regen. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, this is not a particularly great chain for everything. The 16-slot bag, though, yeah, honestly, that's part of the word. Okay, great. We finally made it here. Alright, so we're going to do Jonespyre's request.
Peace. Your body looks worn and your spirit weary.
Okay.
Excuse me, friend. A colleague of mine would like to speak with you about the research you are doing in conjunction with the Cenarian Circle. He's a druid by the name of Quintus Jonespyre, and he resides here in Feathermoon Stronghold. He would like to confer with you about Morrowgrain, and he very much would like for you to keep our discussion from the ears of the Archdruid. If you're interested, speak with him. No doubt, all will be revealed once you do.
So anyway, I'll be exploring that, and it looks like that will require some help or whatever. But it's whatever. I'm not gonna sweat that before I get there. We're gonna immediately turn this one in. This will actually be the first one we can pick off. Sell these fish.
Farewell.
This would also be prime time to be using our Morrowgrain. We just don't have. On Horde, I guess we'll just have to keep that in mind too, that we're going to probably need 20 soil for them too. Then we'll do a little fishing, at least to get to 290, and then we'll look at our time at that point. Alright, here's Quintus Jonespyre.
Greetings, adventurer. What may this humble servant of the Feathermoon Stronghold do for you today?
You can buy more stuff from him. If you ever lose your pack, it costs like a gold.
I thank you for coming, weary traveler. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Quintus Jonespyre, druid and humble servant of Malfurion and the Cenarian Circle. My colleagues, General Chandris Feathermoon and the Protectorate. Mayhap you've heard of us. And I wanted to talk with you about the work you are doing for Fandral Staghelm in Darnassus. Before we get much further, I'd like to ask that our discussions stay between just us. If you have no problem with this, then we may proceed. Let me to be frank with you, adventurer. I'm interested, Nay, concerned with why the Archdruid in Darnassus is using the name of the Cenarian Circle as well as the Circle's resources to procure vast amounts of Morrowgrain. I'm a researcher. Curses.
Curses are my specialty. I've heard that Morrowgrain under the right conditions exude qualities like other herbs used in primitive curses. I want to know more, and I ask for your help. Bring me 10 Morrowgrain, and I will be sure to take care of you. So he actually gives you some goods, also. Alright, that's stupid. Gog. I play Grim Dawn on. Alright, so that is going to go, and now we picked up that quest again until we get 10. For him, we won't be able to do it. Actually, if you look at it, I don't know which one we should turn in first. They're both fine. They're both okay. We will just wait until we get to organically need one of those. Oh, that was quite a fall. Alright, so now we're going to do a little fishy poo. Just to get us to the end here. Or not to get us to the end, to get us to 290. So we are sitting at 284, so I want to get 6 points of fishing. I want to look at our time on the record here. If we start having issues with... Yeah, we're at 106. We're still fine on time. I just don't know that I will want to end the quest episode with a flight, depending... So let's see how long it takes us to fish. These 6 points up. But... basically, this was just a setup of the zone. I don't know that... I think Horde will be a little easier to set up. I think we're also already in Undercity. Like, it'll just be... We actually will probably be able to start playing when we do this on the Horde, because we'll pick up the Undercity version of the slime. We'll be able to hearth right back to Orgrimmar. We can fly over to Thunderbluff from Warcraft, not very far, and from Ratchet. So actually we can fly down to Ratchet, pick that up, fly over to Thunderbluff, and pick up the Morrowgrain Research part of it. And that's it. We'll be ready to go, I think. Oh, there's also a quest in Orgrimmar, Bone-Bladed Weapons, that we'll have to pick up. Alright, so far it seems like our fishing is more than sufficient for this area. And there's a couple that we can get, like Summer Bass is not too bad. That's a spirit increasing something. Stone Scale Eel, that's kind of useless for us. That's an alchemist reagent. But not like good enough to need or want to sell or anything. Like I'm not going to hoard those and sell them on the auction house. Oh, my fish did get away. Alright, so we want to... Oops. We want to avoid that whenever possible. So let's use our... baubles. I want to have a 0% chance of failing, so we have maximum uptime. So hopefully within 10 minutes we can get our 6 points, but... No guarantees about that. Yeah, so basically if we're like within 10 minutes of when I want to end the episode, I'm just going to call it here and fly off camera once we're done. If we are more, if we're 15 minutes or more out, I'll go and we'll at least turn in and start picking up quests to set us up for next time. Just kind of want to maximize, like, I don't want to extend the episode by 10 minutes if all we're going to do is basically watch ourselves fly over to Endor Crater. Alright, we got our first point. 5 to go. No big plans for the 3-day weekend. Like I mentioned last night, I'm just going to relax. Probably have to cook up some food. We're going to need something like that to go on for today. I have to go to the grocery store at some point. I have some work I'd like to catch up on, but it's nothing imperative. I have a meeting, so I basically kind of am siloed over, like, you could almost think of it as like I'm the assistant manager, except they don't use those words in government. but I'm like the assist. I'm basically, so my particular branch has like a head boss, right? And then underneath them, they have 4, like, one tier below, which is comprised of 4 people, and each of those 4 people kind of contain like a silo. One of them is over like operational security, like physical stuff about, it's some logistic stuff, some plant type of stuff, organizing like staff that are, you know, like the custodians and stuff like that. Like they're ultimately, the buck kind of goes to them, even though there's layers of managers below that. Like there's lead custodians and then head of all the custodial departments, and you know, there's all of that. But technically, all of that goes under that. Maintenance and stuff like that. So this person's over that, but primarily they're mostly over like various logistics and security and stuff like that. Then you have a person that is actually, I lied, there's 3, there's not 4, there's 3. Then you have a person that I work with a lot. That's the other 2 I work with a lot more. One of them is I work with probably above average. That one I just mentioned, first of all, I hate that person. They're a piece of crap, and I nothing would make me happier than if they got fired or moved to another location where I never had to see them. Literally despise them with every core. Because I used to work under that department. I did spend 1 year. I actually really enjoyed it. I felt that I was good at it. I was used to do a lot of the dirty work and have a lot of the hard conversations with people. And then I was summarily moved to another department after 1 year because me and that person did not get along. Then, okay, 4 more points to go. Then this other person, they're kind of over like, I don't know, just a lot of the like day-to-day carrying out the work, like whenever we get new employees, that what are these people doing? Studying the projects. They kind of are like a mid-level cog too, where they are interacting with a lot of people above us at the state level and stuff. You know, at the, I mean, the like state at the capital level, and then disseminating it down. They work with other people that are kind of middlemen below them. But she's over a couple of the departments that I'm the kind of next tier down. And then the other one is the person I keep going up for the promotion for, who is over all of the other areas that I am over. So when you get to the next tier, there is also not that many people in this tier. There's maybe, I mean, 3 or, I mean, maybe there's a little bit more than 3. Because there's a few people that are kind of, there's like 3 people that are sort of over like all the security. They run all that stuff kind of under that other lady. And then there's no one beneath them though, really, other than like security guards. So there are like these 3 heads. One of them is technically the head one. I don't even know which one it is. And they have like security, literal like security people. That's it. They're a smaller thing. And then you have me, and really, I don't have, like, my departments don't have a lot of people. I work with everybody, but there's no real, I have a couple, like, assistants that are under me, but that's, other than that, it doesn't work like that for me, for my kind of silo of abilities. And then I have my person who's directly above me, who I know, I mean, they have a couple other things that are not related to what I do, or that are only tangentially related, and they end up basically spending most of their life on that. Like these few problem cases, these crisis cases, like dealing with lawyers and stuff that require you to deal with the trickiest, most annoying, most confrontational, and they take a lot of time. So rather than doing a job and then, you know, spending a lot of your time on that, but then having to burn the midnight oil to catch up on the regulatory side and stuff. I'm a rare person where I kind of handle all of that. So I handle a silo that is all logistics of the big programs. But like I said, when we get a mission, which happens, probably once every 3 months, where we have to mobilize everyone together at the same time for go time to do one thing, that comes down. That's on me. It's 100% runs through me. And then disseminating all of the data that comes back from that kind of goes to that other lady, but a lot of the times, I'm the person that takes and cleans the raw data and then sends it to her to do whatever she wants with it and disseminate it. She's really got more of a thing because not my direct boss, but this other lady I said I kind of worked with a little bit. She actually has to take all of the products of everything that I do and use it, and give it to the staff and give it to the other people and give it to the state and figure out a plan with what to do with it. I don't know whether that's effective. I don't particularly love that. I would take that promotion if I had to, but it's not my passion because ultimately I know it's all a freaking game. Any data that you're going to get from the government, especially the way it stands now, it's all, first of all, how the data is retrieved is questionable. The mathematician in me, I just take it with a grain of salt. I can make predictive algorithms about what the data will continually look like, and I'm very good at that. Whether it's not always good news, frequently not. But I have done that role too, where we lost someone, and part of anyway. So I work with her in terms of that, funneling her the data. I also work with her, and that's one part of my job that goes along with that. Another part is logistics. It's also very logistical, but it's working with a lot of the people and clients and setting them up with. I can't really call them clients. I guess it's hard. I like to think of them like that, but again, we're a government agency, so it's not really like clients per se. But dealing with working with the computer systems and computer programs, so a lot of it becomes tech support, account activation, account flipping, account assigning. It's all it's like tech support behind this. It's physical tech support with the hardware, people's computers, blah blah blah. So that goes through me, keeping track of and anticipating our needs in those areas, moving pieces around, and I work a lot with some of the tech people behind the scenes. So I'm very close with the physical tech support staff that deals with the actual hardware on campus, and the digital tech support staff that are information systems stuff that kind of get the raw data and run reports and enter it into the actual information systems that we use. 2 more points. Let's do this one more. The third is I am like the liaison with the federal level. So as being a government agency, you have to work with the feds a lot. There's a lot of federal requirements, and every single one of them is a pain in the butt. You get approximately 10% of your operating budget comes from the feds. It's big enough that it's nothing to sneeze at. It's small enough that it does make you wonder from time to time, is it all worth it? Takes a big chunk of my life, and there's 2 facets of the program, kind of, because there are different federal programs that we have to satisfy. I end up doing both. I'm over both. A lot of compliance, a lot of watching dates and times and deadlines, a lot of paperwork, a lot of uploading documents, mailing things out, faxing things, scanning things, calling people, pounding people down for for other for documents that you need, getting them to actually respond to you. Again, I'm good at that. Most places have a really hard time getting working with other agencies. I'm very good about getting on the phone and, you know, being polite and yet persistent, getting getting whatever. So anyway, every single one of these jobs at every other plant, every other site within, I can't say the state, but I can definitely say within, like, my county. So there's 20 other agencies or whatever, 15, maybe 15, I don't know, 10 to 15, somewhere in that range. Every single other one, those things that I just described, the 4 to 5 things, have 4 to 5 people doing those jobs. So the federal side, liaisoning with the federal, that's part of someone else's job. Nobody just does that. Not big enough. It's time consuming, but usually someone else just takes it on. One of the bosses will just take that on and be that person, or they, like in my situation, you find someone and you tag it on. It's very rarely someone like me. Pretty much every other place just has the boss do it. But they've lost the institutional knowledge to do it at my job. No one does it. My current person that got the promotion above me last time, she's learning it after, you know, now that she's working with me a year or two, she's slowly learning the things from me, but they don't know. So they don't have to. And not every agency interacts as heavily. Only about half of them do, because it depends on, like, your demographic of the area that you're in. It depends on what programs you're providing, blah blah blah. This is really a long conversation about my job. The long story short, though, is, like, that federal side, even if you combine those two pieces of it, every other place, every single other one has someone does that, and that's just their job. That's it. The data side, that is usually absorbed by someone else. It's really just not done as well. Now, above me, at the higher levels, yes, that is part of my role at the, like, highest levels. Above me, outside of go to the overarching, like, district level or whatever. Like the claim had 2 pearls in it. Black and white. It's like the twin moons of the Tauren. Black pearl and a lustrous pearl. Small lustrous. Any second now we're gonna get our last fish too. And the other thing, the coordination, the program coordination for when it's all systems go, that is so freaking intense. That's what I've just been doing lately. I've been focusing on that 100%. Every place has someone where that's their full job. So I am the only place where I am essentially doing 3 full-time jobs, and sprinkle some other stuff on too. So there we go. That's 290. That's all we need for today. To the point where when I just got my new boss, who I've now worked with for about a month, when I sent her my kind of contract, because my contract is also, most of the others are defined, but my role is a new one. It's only existed for about 4 years or something. Every place has one, but it's new after some regulatory changes were made. And yeah, we're only about 5 minutes out. Alright, so I'm going to fly this off camera. Alright, that's it. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Thank you guys for listening to me. Got long with the fishing, and that left me time to navel gaze. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, listening, and tuning in. I hope you liked it. If you did, show your support in all the ways that people do that online. We're going to go ahead and fly to Ungoro And next time we will actually quest in Ngoro Crater on this Ngoro Crater set of episodes we're on. Thank you everybody so much for watching, listening, tuning in. We got another episode in the pipe. 5x5.